How's your day going
So,
so far?
so far so good. Just been running through the CRM, hitting all them leads up, and we got like what 4 cars in the shop right now. Yeah, that we got to start working on. So
Amazing, man. That's awesome. So you guys are a pretty new shop you mentioned, right?
yes, as of April, we opened up shop as of April.
Okay, so that's good. And then you guys just immediately went to Icon, right? Like you didn't do. Okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
that's
so and then we wanted a own territory for ourselves. We came up here to
Mm,
Loud.
that's awesome. Yes. What's his name? Leland, right? He's the dude who kind
yep.
of.
That's who we work with as of
Oh,
now. That's kind of the CRM we use is like kind of through him.
okay.
Mhm.
If you've heard of him, that's what we're using currently.
Okay. No, I haven't heard of that. So, I mean, what all the leads come through to the CRM? Is that what it is? Is that what you guys use for?
So
Yep.
they run the Facebook, the Instagram ads. They'll fill out the form, and then it'll go to connected, and then throws them through the automated messages. If they respond, then it connected with, and then you can either call them from those two, and then send them over to quoted, and then you just kind of do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of automated messages put into play, but
Yeah.
a lot of it becomes personalized pretty
Yeah,
much.
fair enough. That's exactly yeah, so that's the thing. We do, a lot of that stuff too, but we just take it to that next step. Kind of our goal is to free up the business's time because obviously you guys are super busy. You have cars that you need to work on all the time, and that's what you guys are experts at. So it's best if we kind of just take that responsibility off you guys, and because you obviously know that picking up the phone and calling these leads, it's still a difficult task at times because a lot of the times they're not that responsive. You have to communicate at different hours. I'm sure hours when you guys are even closed. So it's all sorts of different things that go into it. And yeah, we from our experience, like whenever we're talking to these guys that we're working with, um, the previous agencies that they're working with, they just hand over all the leads, and then from there it just becomes a bit of a mess. Obviously, to me, it seems like you guys still have managed it a bit better. You're on top of it, but um, Casey, the guy we just signed,
Yeah.
it was just a mess for him because he's not the most tech savvy person either. Like he's a bit older. You guys are young guys, so it's a bit different.
Right.
But it's,
Yeah.
it's difficult for him to kind of manage all those leads and actually reach out to everybody and get them booked in. So they were barely booking in anybody. But yeah, what I'd like to do is just show you guys what we do and how we do things a bit differently. I'm sure it's going to be kind of easy for you guys to understand anyways because you have some experience with that. But I'm just going to share my screen if that's cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Okay. And like on a monthly basis, how many leads are you guys closing from these Facebook ads that you run?
That we're actually closing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see here.
we'll look at it.
Dashboard. Conversion rate is like 2%. We've had 230, I think, leads, and then I guess like eight or how many have been closed this month?
That's not one for this.
I think. How do we see just this? Be able to do that?
Yeah,
Let's just do.
just this month.
All right, so we had 175 leads come in, and then the conversion rate's just been two.
Okay.
2%.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. So I could just walk you guys through the process that we currently have. Give me a sec here. Okay. Let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yep, we can
Yeah,
see
we can
it.
see it.
Yeah, cool. So these are some of the different ads. And I tried searching your guys' page, but couldn't really find like your Facebook page to see what type of ads you guys are running. Were you doing like
Okay.
images or videos? What were you guys running?
So it runs everything.
Okay,
So it's just like 4 or 5 videos that they throw around, kind of.
okay. Gotcha. Makes sense. So this was like a period, a month and a half. We have pauses right now. We're just getting changing some things up and getting them up and running this week. So this is for our Toronto client, and I just want to show you guys. So the budget even was pretty low for these guys. It was only 15 CAD per day. So we've increased the budget now, and we're starting with 25 per day, but we're testing out about a couple different ads. Essentially, what we were doing is video ads too. So I'm not too sure if you're gonna be able to hear that, but with the audio, text, some videos of them coding the cars. This is essentially the type of stuff that we fully edit and put together. And then so we have like a couple different stuff that we just do. We were also doing ceramic window tints. We were promoting some of that for them. And then, another winner that we've actually noticed is actually the most simple one, where it's just the business owner talking to the camera. And this was actually the winner. It was pretty interesting. But obviously these guys they kind of got those videos done and it's a bit more of a professional, but we've even noticed that for companies that, they might not be able to bring some video team in and get this type of stuff done. Even just like a personalized video, we pretty much just create a full script, get them to record a quick video, and then that kills quite a bit as well in terms of leads. So this is a super basic video that we edit and get through. And then obviously putting in some offers and stuff. This is kind of our process. So we've got like the lead form, which I'm sure you guys were also doing.
Yeah.
And then from there, what we do a bit differently as well is we send them this guide. So obviously with ceramic coating, as I mentioned, you guys obviously know this as well. It's something that people have been hearing for their entire lives. They're familiar with it. There's still a lot of skepticism, I guess, that comes with this type of service.
Yeah.
And when people search up, I think there's that Reddit thread that you guys may have seen that kind of turns people off. They've read some random stuff about it from some
That
people.
one Reddit page.
Literally that one page.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So I'm like, before we can let them let them get there, we send them this document. So obviously it's just taken from the Icon Rocklear website. It's just formatted to be in a PDF form. And then
Right.
we have like the frequently asked questions page. So it's actually telling them why it's so much better. And this is like the main question that really comes up. So, it might seem like it's a higher price point compared to ceramics, but then when you actually look at the value proposition, it becomes a lot different. 15 years, just pretty much the details that you guys are already familiar with.
Yeah.
So we've noticed that this increases the conversion rate quite a bit. And then essentially we have all the leads that come in, so you guys can see we're closing a bunch of leads.
The
Yeah,
same setup.
that's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. So go high level. I think a majority of the agencies are using this one.
Yeah.
So paid ads pipeline, I can kind of show you guys. We've got all these automations in place, of course. Just basic sending them messages and following up. But once again, the thing that we do is we're relentless with following up. So we're picking up the phone, we're reaching out to them consistently. Even if they're not responding right away, we're making sure that we're emailing them, we're calling them every single day for at least 2 weeks, making sure that we're at least speaking to someone. Because if we're able to actually talk to someone and get a hold of them, then obviously the chance of us closing them and kind of telling them what the service is about, it increases a lot. And then once again, we're just constantly kind of retargeting that person as well. So we're not letting the leads go essentially. So we're just kind of relentless with staying on top of everything and making sure that we're reaching out to them in the best way possible. So this is kind of our process and everything that we do. Obviously there's some other stuff that go into it, but once again, our focus is just to take that responsibility off of the business owners that we work with. So we're making sure you guys are just focused on what you do best, which is coding the cars, and we take care of everything else.
Cool.
Yeah. So did you guys have any questions about kind of everything that I went through there?
I guess so. You send this guide to them once you've reached out initially, like with the quote, I guess. Or
No. So this is the guide that goes to them right after they fill out the Facebook ad form. So literally, like they fill it out, right away. They're getting this information about it, and then after that, we're reaching out to them and everything. And then it depends on the business that we're currently working with. The business that we work with, what type of booking system they have. So for instance, they have like a booking system. So we pretty much just take the deposit. We're gonna take the deposit through their website. It's essentially just like a form. It's like a $250 deposit that we take. And then all the pricing is kind of listed. Of course, if there's anything different that you guys do, because for them it's like a motorcycle, and then sedan is 1,500. Mid-sized vehicle, I'd have to double check the prices, but it's just increased. I think it's like 1,750, and then it goes to like 2 grand or 2,500 after that.
So you'll just take the deposit.
No,
Is
we
that
don't take we don't take the deposit. I mean, we take the deposit for you guys. Like depending on what type of system you have, we don't necessarily take it for everyone. But if that system already exists where it's easy for us to take that deposit, then
Okay.
yes, we go ahead and do that. For all Toronto, we don't take the deposit right over the phone because they have a bit of a different system. It's called their CRM is a bit different. I forgot what it's called. Oh, Just Close, or no, House Call. Sorry, House Call. It's called. So that's what they use, and then for them, we still have access to their calendar, and that's kind of like the biggest thing. So we'll book them in, and then the emails go in to for the deposits right away. So they have like an email system that goes to the client with the deposit. So the client just essentially pays. But once again, we can take care of all that type of stuff over call. So I don't know how you guys do the deposits right now, but it really would really depend.
We either send invoices or we just put in their card numbers on spot on. So everything's just run through spot on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So
have a system, and then we'll take them over the phone, or like you said, invoice via
Okay.
email.
Yeah, so fairly similar then. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that's essentially how we do it. And what was I about to say there? I'm just seeing if it's any different with anybody else. But you guys have like a calendar system, I'm assuming that's
Yeah, Google Calendar. is all we
Okay,
do.
perfect. Yeah, so that can integrate directly with our CRM as well, which just makes it a lot easier. So yeah, that's essentially what it is. Whatever questions you guys have, I'd kind of love to answer and just kind of had a jump.
What's the workload y'all got right now? Because we have the same little setup with Leland. He's supposed to be taking our calls and all that, but he's overextended himself a little bit, and that's why me and Noah have to pick up all our calls again. So are we gonna get the same thing basically? What kind of workload do y'all take? How fast do you guys call? Like what's
How many people do you have working with you guys? Like,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no, we've got our team. We don't have like a super big team or anything, but we're consistent with the follow-ups. I've got team members who are also added on to the entire system as well, so they get immediate notifications right when someone comes through the pipeline. We're picking up the phone within a little while. So we're not letting the leads go for cold for even more than 5-6 hours. We're making sure that we're following up with them. Obviously, we touch base sometimes with like that SMS goes through anyways. Sometimes we'll just pick up the phone right away. But then we'll see if it's obviously work hours and we get some sort of response. Then we'll wait and we'll still follow up with them in the evening time. So it's not like we just have a kind of like a 9 to 5 operation, but then we're still following up with everybody even after everything goes through and everything like that. So, quick question for you guys. So you mentioned that Leland was the one who's picking up the phone and calling, or is like kind of like his team and
a little sales team too? They're supposed to be picking up the calls. They're not consistent with it. They don't follow up. They don't do a lot of the stuff that they said they were.
we find ourselves,
having to
having
do
to do all of
everything.
it. And
fair enough. Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean. And it's good you guys are, you also know how to manage that too. But if you're running Facebook ads and the whole lead management process isn't set and you don't have a full process in place to take care of that and manage it, then there's essentially no point of even doing it in the first place, right? So because it becomes a mess and it'll add up so fast too. Like you guys obviously know, like yeah, like the first week the lead count might be slower, but sometimes it'll just you're getting leads and leads and leads, and then it's easy to follow up with a couple people, but after that, like following up with 100 people, you just need you need a full system in place, right? So we have that dialed. We're making sure we're going to follow up with everybody, send you guys all get the fully booked appointments in the calendar, and we're just constantly touching base with you guys. Whatever there is, we're with that type of stuff, we're going to be on top of it, so that stuff you guys don't have to worry about.
So what made you want to get with the icon dealers?
Sorry,
It
what
seems
was
like what made y'all want to get with the icon dealers? Because it seems like y'all are trying to specialize.
Yes. Oh, sorry. My Siri just started getting activated. Yes. Yeah. So Icon, we were actually just doing ceramic coating and stuff too. That was mostly what our agency was working with. And then that's what we were doing. And then out of nowhere, they're like, hey, Addy, let's actually pause the ads. We're getting a new service. It's called Icon Rocklear. And then, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. And then we kind of pause those ceramics and everything like PPF and all of that type of stuff. And they get Icon Rocklear. And then, we had to create this entire new system in play, like, together, because you can't just do the basic stuff that we were doing for ceramic coating at that point. So we kind of went through this phase of really just optimizing and changing everything around. And then it came to a point where we were actually getting results. And then it was just like, I personally really like it too. Like I'm not like some crazy car guy, but when I was hearing about it and just kind of I went through that process of helping them work with, advertising and everything like that, I started to really enjoy what it was. And kind of like the benefits. It just, and honestly, it just kind of sells itself too. Like if you're on that call and it's, in my opinion, it's easy to handle all those objections that come from these clients, right?
Yeah.
So it was at that point where I'm like, okay, maybe if I specialize and I start to just work with Icon Rocklear installers, then for starters, it's going to be easier to get more clients because um, when somebody hears that I've already had experience with that, then it's that conversation is already there and it becomes a lot easier. And then yeah, so that's essentially why I made that decision.
What's y'all's like conversion? Like y'all from like leads, what's the percentage? How much does it cost per lead that you
For
guys
sure.
do?
Yeah. So here I could even just show you guys. Give me a second here. So okay. So we started, yeah, so this is like honestly a month and a half. And then we ended up pausing them and then we're just getting them. We changed the ad spend and added a bunch of more visuals and then now we're getting them up and running this week. So with 156 leads we got in that short time period, the cost per lead was $4.37. And then the total amount that we even just spent was $681. So it was a very low ad spend because they were just doing 15, but we were still able to get some really great results. Now, when we're actually going to be increasing this to $25 per day, then it's just going to change the game because it allows us to do a lot more audience testing, and then we can find that winning audience after that testing period, and then we just push to that audience. And then we integrate reactivation campaigns, retargeting campaigns, and everything like that. So the lead count is going to go a lot higher and the cost per lead should be a lot better as well. But for the $37 cents is, it's already very low. So yeah, our results with that are pretty great. In terms of how many we've closed, I can go back here, pull that up again. Opportunities. Yeah, so within that, so we were doing, as I mentioned, both tint and ceramic tints. Icon Rocklear. So in terms of the tints, we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tint appointments, and then Icon we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So within that time period, we closed 6 Icon appointments as well. And then once again, as I mentioned, because of the ad spend, it was distributed between those two things. So now what we're doing, we're just doing Icon Rocklear, and we're just doing that $25 ad spend just towards Icon Rocklear. So once again, those results were mixed because we were promoting the two products, which is nothing wrong with promoting more than one service, but it's about ad spend. If you're able to allocate the amount of ad spend you should be allocating towards, one service, then that's when the great results are going to come in.
So you said 170 leads, you split both of them by half, so it's like 80. So 80 leads,
156 leads, yeah.
156. So
Yeah. No,
still
so
like,
it wasn't split half between ceramic and Icon. It was majority Icon, but we had within the ad set, we had one ceramic tint ad. So which
gotcha.
is, and then the rest of them were just Icon Rocklear. So essentially what we were doing, we were just testing because they wanted to do some more tints, get some more tint appointments over, that period. So that's what it was.
Because we've been throwing $2,000 at it, and we only got 170 leads.
You guys did $2,000 in ad spend.
In a
Yeah,
month, yeah, or 1,700
Okay, like just ad spend, right?
just ad
just
spend.
for
Yeah.
Icon.
Damn, okay. That's crazy. Yeah, no. That's
But
a
we
pretty
do have, I think 16 cars booked this month so far.
okay, good for you. Yeah. Yeah, so
So a
that's
lot
pretty
of
Yeah,
yeah, so that's a
but
pretty high ad spend for you guys. And what did that come out to per day again? Just to
50.
No,
It was like 50 or something.
yeah.
I think it's
I think
50
it's
bucks
like
a day.
50 to 60 a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So that's the thing. We obviously with Facebook, the more you put in, the more, results you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But we've kind of cracked that code of like, okay, if a business isn't able to put in a crazy amount of ad spend, we're still able to get you some great results. And then from there, it's we pretty much show that, okay, we've gotten these many leads, we've gotten these many booked appointments, and if you're able to increase the ad spend, then that's great. Just really depends on the business, how much you can put in. That's how much, it depends
And
on the
that's what we noticed the first month. We only did $900, and I think we had like 6 appointments, and we were like, you know what, like 8 or like we doubled that. That's only one car, like that's pretty much one like the amount they would pay for one car, and we doubled the amount of coding appointments by
Yeah.
doing that. So we
Yeah.
kind of if things keep keep up that way. It's
we were
really-
planning on doing one icon car a day is the initial plan. We got a 2,000 square foot warehouse. That's what we got it for. We were planning on repping out icon. And we were planning on getting at least 23 cars a month. So this month was the closest to 15, but we haven't had any booked for next month.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, when we'll definitely take care of all that type of stuff. And yeah, well, if we're focusing just on Icon, do you guys offer any other services or just Icon?
So if they come in, we'll give them tent. We work with tent guys. We work with PPF guys. We have a guy that can rap. We work with a bunch of guys, but me and him specialize in Icon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we work with other shops. So
And we want to start doing boats as well here soon. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's something you.
Yeah.
that's-
So
that's the boats is something that we really want to tap into.
So we got to make
Yeah.
a deal.
yeah, and I've heard that from they said they want to do marine as well, and then that's something we're working on because obviously automotive is what we're doing, and then you know we're just working on creating that process for marine as well, like to figure out the best way we can target them because it's going to require a bit of a different targeting audience and everything. But that's one thing we're working on as well. Yeah.
Next one will be website. We hate our website.
You guys have the
and-
same exact website. Is that like an Icon Rocklear website that everybody
Yeah,
has?
it's the 10X website, and we
It's
told him
10X.
we hated it. So he's like, "Okay, I'll change it, but for $3,000." I was like, "We pay you to make a website. We told you we don't like the website, and you're gonna
Yeah.
charge us again to make another website."
And
Yeah.
we're like, there's no way I'm
So,
paying $3
You know-
grand.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting because I'm like reaching out to these businesses and then I like go on their website. I'm like, wait, like wasn't I just talking to someone?
Yeah, so
We just changed the logo at the top.
Yeah.
Leland's buddy runs all the stuff. So that's how. So anyone that works with Leland usually just gets thrown over to again. Like, I don't personally. They don't really care.
Yeah. So is like the marketing agency name? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the marketing agency.
Okay, gotcha.
They use the same CRM system.
Did North Carolina? Did they as well?
They do. They have that same exact thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And then I think have a bit of a different system, but they're just working on getting a different website as well. Yeah, but they're paying a crazy amount for that. So website is something we do as well. Through our CRM, we have a full website design process. So we have all of that stuff in, but then it just obviously depends on what type of functions you guys want and what type of different things that you're going to need in that website. So I can kind of show you guys obviously what type of stuff we have.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great.
We're literally just gonna have products and then icon. I think is for the most part.
If you look at Icon Rocklear Florida, if you look
Florida
at
has
their
a cool
website, we really like the way theirs is designed. It's sleek.
It's personalized. Everyone
Yeah.
should have a personalized website for their business, not all icon dealers
Exactly. Yeah, that's
have
right.
the same gold photo that you just switch out the logos for.
Especially when like they're looking at all this, like they're trying to get research, like a lot of these guys are like, oh well, I want to look into it. Like if they look into it and they see we have the same exact website as one of these other shops that they might stumble upon, it's like
Yeah. So how much did charge you guys with like aside from ad spend?
I think it's $750 a month.
yeah, something around that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. This type of website we can definitely do. For sure. Icon Rocklear. Okay. So is this like a specific company or is this just like their Florida branch?
I think
That's their Florida page. The guys that own Florida is Ruddick Details in Florida.
Okay.
they're
Gotcha.
really
Yeah,
do a
they,
lot of cool stuff.
their whole like presence, their social media, all that is just awesome. Like that's what we like to take. We like their videos. We'll send some
Yeah.
of them around.
Do y'all have like tips on social media and stuff? that
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah. For
can
sure.
give us?
So we've noticed like for you guys, I don't think you had too much on your page, right? For your Instagram.
Too much.
We got a few cars. We're like, do we do videos? Do we do pictures? Like,
Yeah,
does
for
it
sure.
matter?
So
Post every car. Like, are we trying to do this
Yeah.
every day? Like, post every
exactly.
day.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the thing. Like, it really depends on the direction you're trying to take your business because I've noticed obviously a lot of companies they try to maintain that professional image. It's strictly just cars. This, like cars, like videos of them coding, certain things like that. But then some people, I guess, they kind of mix it in with their personal lives and like kind of like memes and stuff like that. So that kind of
Yeah.
it really just depends on like what you're trying to go for. I can quickly show you guys like for they have an Instagram page and we haven't talked about that side of social media with them, but they're definitely
They took our website, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's literally their website too. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Go over here and show you guys. So I mean, he's kind of taking it in that direction where he's posting, like memes and stuff. So
Right.
this isn't gonna have that same effect when somebody kind of comes across it and sees it, which is, that's really up to him. We haven't talked about working on the social media side and kind of, strategizing for that area. But he does have some funny videos here and there, which is like, I don't know, related to Icon Rocklear. I don't know what he's kind of doing there, but yeah.
Just right.
Yeah, it doesn't get
Yeah.
you to click.
It does, yeah. So even I was talking to my partner who's like the ads expert, showing him this video, and then he's like, you know what, stuff like that could sometimes work when you're running. Obviously, not that inappropriate one, but he has a couple different things that he
Right.
does. We would get restricted if we did, that video, but
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've seen your guys' page. You guys are, the what you have going on so far is really good. I guess how often do you guys post?
Pretty much. I'd say every 3 days on average.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
so often, twice a week if we can.
Yeah.
Okay,
As
and
but we've been told like posting every day is good. Just getting attention to detail. It's another icon installer. They post
yeah,
every car, and they do so much business. Like they do
right.
really.
200 cars a month.
Yeah, I
they're-
talked to those guys. Attention to detail. Who was here again? Attention.
Yeah, whoever they got running their stuff is really good. Like
Yeah.
That's the one that's all.
yeah,
Let me just
We
pull
also have a 6,000 square foot warehouse.
yeah, they're set up, but they're actually around. I think they're around our age, even younger
I
actually.
think they're 22,
They're
21.
pretty successful.
Yeah, are you guys 22?
I'm 23. He's
I'm about
24.
to be 24. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys, yeah, okay, so we're all around the same age then. That's
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
Yeah, you guys are very young compared to, which is amazing. Like you don't see like everybody I talk to, they're all like a lot older, and it's just easier talking to people around your own age because I'm also
Right.
22, so that it's just like, you guys speak the same language that I'm speaking, you understand on a different level compared to other people. It's a bit more, confusing and all that.
Yeah, it might be a lot easier working with you. Too.
Yeah. So I'm just checking what they had attention to detail. Oh yeah, okay, these guys. Yeah, so I think they're working with a company called Detailers Growth, if I'm not wrong.
That sounds right. I've
Detailers
heard that
Growth.
name.
That's what
Yeah.
Bowen was with for a little bit,
Is
I
it?
think. Yeah. And then Atal was trying to work with him.
Yeah.
But I think that kid runs everything. He runs social media, website, everything for Atal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he just switched over. He
But-
got away from tech.
That's the thing, man. The icon installers, they're like family. Like everybody knows everybody, and that's
Yeah.
why, like, if everything works out, like we definitely have, we know 2 guys for sure who might be looking for something to get away from because
Everyone hates.
Yeah, that's very interesting because same with in Idaho, Casey, he's like, dude, if this looks good and we're getting some great results, then I've got a lineup of people that are ready to hop on as well. And I'm kind
Yeah.
of getting that same thing from,
and that's why
You definitely hit a good niche because
Yeah.
we're all looking for good people to
Yeah, we're
run
looking
this.
for quality, but that's why his initial question is really important to us. Is like, how much business are you planning on taking on? How because the expansions on your side could end up hurting us
Yeah.
down the line. You know what I mean?
We
So-
want you to grow, of course.
yeah,
But
obviously.
we're running into the problem where someone's growing too fast and doesn't plan for it.
That's what we're dealing with.
I totally understand that, man. Like for me, it's my operation is nothing crazy right now, which is why we're able to provide such great results. And in terms of where I'm planning to take it, the only thing I'm planning to do is bring on more people in my team so we could handle everything that we're doing. So you guys are in Virginia. We're not going to be working with other people in the vicinity, other people like close by, because that's just going to mess up who we're advertising, right? We're just going to be cutting each other's throats.
That's another question we were gonna ask. So
We gotta
Yeah.
get
good.
So nothing like that. Right now I'm working with you guys, sorry, 2 other icon installers and hopefully you guys. And then we've got some ceramics guys that we're just transitioning. But it's nothing crazy. Everything right now is fully manageable. We're on top of every single client that we have. And the biggest thing with me is like I'm able to every single client that I have, we have a very personalized relationship too. So we're consistently communicating. We have, meetings to go over everything. And there's never that point where I'm not able to make time or we're not able to attend to anything. So we're making sure we're not missing out on any leads. We're not missing out on any work. We're not slacking in anywhere. Because for me, I'm just focused on value. at the end of the day, if I'm able to provide value to you guys, to my other clients, then that's going to go a lot further than me kind of expanding and like pretty much reducing my quality and just, taking on more guys for no reason, right? That's not where my focus is. So that's really all I'm just focused on. And once again, we're just dialing this process and making sure everything's optimized. So, right now, to answer your question, I'm just focused on providing value and getting the best results for every single client. So that's really all it is.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
what we like.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Any other questions you guys have? I think we could definitely talk about
So
that.
as far as the website, y'all would basically make us a new one that you would run all like the whole CRM through pretty much.
For sure. So we'd get you set up on, the only thing is I'd have to double check because you mentioned this Florida page here. They have like this login and register stuff. So is that something you guys want to do as well?
I don't know.
Like register your own account type thing.
Yeah, they have like here, I could just pull this up just so you guys could double check.
No mess with it too much.
So they've got like I'm not too sure what this is, what this even is for, but they have like the account.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I think that's because that's the page they use to get people in all areas of Florida to the like the closest installer. I don't think that's anything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that's
If we start selling products or something, then maybe that could be something for like discounts and all that. But
For sure.
That's actually something we've been working with also is white labeling
Blenders
products
and
and stuff and coming up with our own other products.
Yeah.
We can talk to people, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so something like this we can definitely get going for you guys. I'm just gonna talk to my team here and see how we can kind of make sure it's, and then actually let me just double check here. So these are just taken from the Icon website, it looks like.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, perfect. And I had another question for you guys. So you mentioned that the was kind of taking care of everything. So
it's not Leland will run sales.
Yeah. They just do the leads for us in the website marketing.
All they do is the website. They don't do any of the sales or anything. But we had a separate deal with Leland to do all the sales, but Leland knows the guy, so we just all wrap it into one. But the guy supposed to be taking our calls wasn't. At the end of the day.
Fair enough.
Crappy part.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And
that's why when I talked to you yesterday and you said like y'all actually do the sales as the marketing agency and everything, that really caught our attention because that's not something we have. And that will free up so much time. And one of the options we thought was maybe we can hire sales, like create our own sales team and stuff. And we got a lot of ideas for expansion and stuff like around here, maybe opening other shops and stuff.
So if
in
you
the
guys
future,
were the sales team, that would free up a whole another thing, in which we could expand a lot easier, do other ventures, voting, and all that.
Yeah, because you guys bringing on a sales team yourself, it's gonna, that's gonna be exactly, yeah. So that's gonna be a lot of cost. So, but then that's something we bring ourselves. We have and that's another thing because just to kind of clear any concerns you guys had about that, because with Icon, obviously you need to talk a certain way, you need to know what the service is. So I'm making sure that I take a bunch of these calls myself, and then I have any of my team members, they're on these calls and I'm training them and showing them how to take these calls. So I'm consistently hopping on, and I'm like the one who handles a majority of that type of stuff. Because I've kind of first of all I enjoy it, and then I like speaking to people, and then I feel like I just know the service at this point because I've been working with it for a while. So it's kind of easy to communicate in that sense. But any of the team members that I have, they're all going to be talking in the same manner and making sure that we're handling any objections, and just kind of keeping them in the pipeline. So that all that type of stuff is going to be taken care of.
Cool, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. Hold on, sorry. Just last thing here. So, yeah, what I was trying to ask from like earlier when I was asking they were running your ads, do you guys know what type of video ads they were running? Like, was it specific to your company, or was it just like
the basic Icon Rocklear ads that they run for kind of everyone?
It doesn't have any video of
wasn't
our shop, us, which is something like that I was going to mention is we want to kind of go more towards that organic content side of things. We, like you mentioned, the girl talking in that one ad works the best. We see like that does typically work. And we want to add organic content to our social medias, kind of gain trust before we even speak to some of these people and stuff like that.
For sure.
We think will work the best. So.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, we wouldn't be doing any like stock like videos that these guys would be running for every single business. I do see you guys have some like personalized videos of you installing the cars. That is you guys, right?
Yes, yeah, that's us.
All our
Yes.
Instagram stuff is
Yeah.
us personal, but everything else is just Adobe stock photos on all the ads.
As far as
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah. No. So, and I already know like another video that would probably kill is like you guys just talking and you know, with like
Yeah.
some sort of mic and we put together that script.
Yeah.
So that's also another thing we do. Like I just sent over the script to Casey. He's in the process of just getting that filmed. And then obviously we do edits on top of that. We do add like the videos showing you know, just what icon is. That I'm probably sure you guys know that one video where they're kind of like banging on it and then it's
Yeah.
so stuff like that is what I'm talking about. Yeah. We throw that into the videos and just edit it so make sure it's nice and everything like that. But yeah, we want to make sure it's personalized. People know when they hear they see you guys, they know what the brand is about. It's not just some random video where there's not a face in there. They don't really know where they're, you know, signing up. So
Right.
that's definitely something we want to make sure we do as well.
Yeah, I feel like a more personalized ad will definitely result in more leads at the end of the day. Like we're putting,
If you
like
guys
we
got
mentioned,
150 on
1800.
600,
Yeah,
then that would be an absurd
Yeah,
amount.
I think
at 18.
that would really jump the amount of like our conversion rate or
Yeah.
the amount of ads. Yeah, we would get
Yeah, 100% for sure.
per dollar, I guess.
Yeah, and what made you guys want to get into detailing? Because you guys are pretty young too. So you guys have been doing it for a while, or?
Yeah,
We
so
were firefighters.
we were actually firefighters. That's where
Oh,
we
wow.
met in the fire academy, and our guy who was also in the fire academy with us, he actually owns the state of New York, for all of Icon,
Yeah,
and he's the one that told us about the product, so we got involved, and knowing absolutely nothing about the industry,
yeah.
spent 3 months at the Virginia Beach location with Leland and his team.
While flipping a house.
While flipping a house,
Oh,
like
really?
we do real estate on the side
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so
Dude, that's amazing. You guys are hustlers. That's awesome.
we're trying, man. We're trying.
That's great.
Yeah, and what was I saying?
And then we talked with Leland, try to figure out, okay, we like the product. We saw everything else on the market. And then we chose, like, all right, where would the best place of success be? So we ended up buying Loudoun County, and which is supposed to be the richest county in America.
Hmm.
So that's why I moved up here.
So
Okay.
we had the means of being able to go wherever we wanted, and that's why we still have those means when it comes to expansion and opening other shops. Like we have Charleston on our mind, South Carolina. We're looking to take something there in the
And
in
then
the
we were
upcoming
going to move
months.
into DC for all the boating. So
Yeah.
that's as simple as getting a van. We're just trying to figure out how we
Right.
can get. We want this to be steady, and then we can get people to run in there, and then me and him can do the vans, and then hire people out that way. But there's two of us, so we can always multitask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then when you guys said that you kind of work with other shops that do like PPF ceramics, how does that work? You bring them into your store, or like you just send
Yeah,
them?
so we'll usually drive them over. So with the tint guy, I got he quotes tint for like 530, and then if we get them for him, it's 460, so we can make out like $80. So it's
Okay.
just he's 5 minutes down the street. I got this Tesla coming in next week. We're just gonna drive it down, get it tinted, then come over here and start working on it.
Yeah, it's
And
no
then-
no extra work
yeah.
on our part. We just tell
We hire it out,
clients.
basically.
Yeah, we basically
The
hire it
vinyl
out.
guy comes here, PPF guy could come here. We haven't got an exact deal with him yet, but
Yeah.
he's right there. He works with the tint guy.
Okay. Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's also good to know. Obviously, we'll focus on Icon, and then you know eventually you guys said you wanted to do mobile detailing eventually as well, right?
We wanted to do it with the boats because you don't need a warehouse with the boats. So
Oh,
all
okay.
boats is just straight mobile.
Yeah, we're learning more about like how Icon works with boats, and because it's gel coat instead of clear coat, it doesn't need to be temp controlled as far as we understand.
So you can
Okay.
do it outside.
Yeah.
You can do it anywhere. So that's going to be all mobile system. But then
Yeah.
we were going to do mobile detailing for like subscription, like
Yeah.
$100 you get an exterior wash and then interior
Yeah.
wipe type
Always
stuff.
looking to add value. in
Yeah.
some way,
Yeah,
shape, or
for sure. That's awesome. And then
Always something.
yeah, and what type of offers were you guys running? Like with
So we're for like cars, like how much we charge type stuff, or
yeah, so I mean I'm assuming the rates are pretty standard. Like you probably do what 1,500 for a sedan?
yeah, well,
We started, so first month we opened, obviously we were brand new shop, so like starting from absolutely nothing, we were doing 1,500 flat for every size vehicle.
yeah.
And now we've kind of worked where we're doing $1650 for sedans. I think $1750 for like SUVs, and like 1800 plus for trucks as of now.
Yeah.
But we're looking to slowly bring that up, and that's what we've kind of been doing the last couple months, is slowly increasing that price range.
Because
Okay.
most of the dealers in Virginia, they do it for 2+. A
Yeah.
sedan, they'll do for 2. Truck, they're looking at 25 plus and
Mhm.
all that. So the ideal price range is 2,000 to 2,500. And
Okay.
then we already have a guy an hour away who's just because he's been here for like 20 years. He's 2,500 flat. He's already got like 10 bucks for
Oh,
like pre-finance type stuff. So we're still shooting low. We want to have the 23 cars in. Then once we have mean for demand, then we can go up.
yeah, and yeah, just a point on that, because when we're doing advertising, it's always best to provide some sort of offer and discount.
Yeah.
So if your guys' rates are already low, what we can even do is just increase that price. I know you guys mentioned you don't want to do it quite yet, but if we increase that price and provide a discount so it goes back to that base that you guys are already
Yeah.
charging,
Right.
that's also an option.
Yeah,
And
That's
then
kind of that's kind of
Like in
kind
the
of is what we
quote,
do.
it'll be
Yeah.
like 2,000, but then June rate, it'll be like 1,650.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that when we're doing stuff like that, it's always good. And then just another thing I wanted to ask, like, are there any icon installers like close by? Anything like that, or you guys?
It wasn't
That,
supposed to be, but now there's one 25 minutes away.
yeah.
Okay.
But
But
big stuff.
there shouldn't be any more anywhere close.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to just some dude yesterday. Um I was looking at his bio and then it turned out like it was Virginia and I'm like, okay, if I'm working with you guys, I obviously wouldn't be working with him. It's called Iconic Details LLC. But he's moving to North
Yeah.
Carolina. So
Yeah, that's
our
actually
buddy.
our buddy. He was not the same guy that owns New York, but so there was 4 of us that were in the fire academy together that
yeah.
took on. So he was actually one of the other ones that we would definitely recommend.
Yeah.
You two,
Yeah.
but yeah, a good friend of ours,
Okay.
Evan Bowen, and
Okay.
he's actually about to leave Virginia and take over the Outer Banks, in
Okay.
North Carolina. So
So he's doing all both. So
yeah, we were gonna
Okay.
recommend you to him.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. So I was looking at his stuff, and then it said when I read Virginia, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't work with people who are close by.
Right.
Just once again affecting the lead quality and everything. But that's good to know. That's very funny.
Yeah. Tell him you talked to us if you
I
talk.
will.
He's definitely a worker too.
Yeah, he's a hustler.
Okay. Perfect. And then in terms of ad spend, we could, if we're getting this going, what would you guys want to aim for? I know you were mentioning that you were doing 50 before, but to kind of get started, is there kind of a figure that you guys had in mind?
But what do you want to? Would you still want to be 50, or I mean, that's what
So
we.
So why don't we get started at 25? Just because, I want to kind of, we could look into just getting the leads and showing you guys that we could kind of get some good results with that ad spend. And we could even, move up after that. Obviously with Facebook, if like you guys are immediately looking to kind of increase that budget and kind of go straight at 50, that's an option we can do as well. It's gonna, give us more to test with and kind of more to put into these ads. But at the same time, we can kind of just stick with 25 and then just kind of expand from there, just to kind of show you guys how the whole system works and then get all the testing in place. And then once we pour more money into the ads anyways, then it's just going to boom right away, because then we have the full audience. Facebook's machine learning is already set. We have the audience targeting in place. We know that, all the data is already collected. And then after that, we just push.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right. So what are the prices then?
Yeah. So in terms of sorry, what was that?
The big question.
Oh yeah, the big question. Yeah. So essentially for the pricing, once again, we take care of all of that. We do 1,600 USD per month. And then it's not like we're gonna be charging anything crazy, like in terms of website and stuff. We can just include in that. So I'm not gonna be saying, hey guys, we're gonna be charging another $500 for the website. So we can do that 1,600 per month. That's the rate that we do for every single client, around that pricing. And then of course ad spend is going to be different than that.
Sorry, I was getting a phone call.
Yeah, no worries, you're good. Yeah, so let me know what your guys' thoughts are.
So you said 1,600 flat. What do y'all take out of each sale? Y'all do royalties or?
No, we don't do like, you mean percentage on each of the appointments that we book? No,
Yeah.
we don't do rev share, so we don't do stuff like that. We just have a flat rate. We make sure every single appointment that's coming in, That's all you guys. So it's nothing. Yeah, we don't have that percentage going on.
Cool. All right. So if we were to say yes, what would the start be?
Yeah, so we have a onboarding process, so we just need to take you guys through that. It's just where we I can kind of show you guys how we do it, just so you can get an idea. We like to make it as easy as possible. Let me just pull that up here. So onboarding. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is kind of our onboarding portal. Sometimes we send it over to the client depending, but it's just a lot easier if we go through it together. So it
Yeah.
includes some contracts, just a quick contract that we go through, and then the onboarding survey, a few questions about your company that will help us with targeting, and then meta access. I do have a video here, but once again, if we're on call, I can just show you guys everything, and kind of walk through the entire process. There's a guide right here for meta access. So once again, it sometimes gets a bit confusing, but you guys, I'm sure, are tech savvy as well, so it should be easy. So that's Facebook access, and then just last thing is media assets. So anything that you guys have, you just throw into this folder right here, and then we once again just kind of get to work, get everything prepared. And then just from there we just get the ads up and running within about a week and a half, depending on just the materials. So as of right now, we're just with our current client, Apex Auto Coatings. He's just filming that video. He actually just messaged me, said there was a bit of a delay. So it just depends on certain things like that. We actually purchase a number in your area. So we have to take that through A2P registration, because the US has a bunch of rules when it comes to messaging and, calling. So we just have to get the number verified, but that shouldn't take too long.
We have.
Yeah, if we already have something through A2P,
We already bought two.
could we
Yeah, I mean, so
transfer those maybe?
like
we
that's
have
on
that.
your guys' CRM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. I could take a look into that and reach out to the support and see if that's an option, but that's generally, what we kind of, if it's through my CRM and we're starting brand new, then we might have to purchase a brand new one. But once again, we're just connecting. It's not going to be like you guys are going to have two different numbers. Those I'm going to take care of, and then once again, we're just kind of making sure they know that your guys' main line is whatever number you have.
Yeah, it's just for previous clients that already used the other number. How would it affect them?
Okay. Yeah. So with previous clients, we can even, I mean, are those clients that you're expecting to return for us another service or?
They text us all the time.
Yeah. So we offer things such as inspection washes. We're very personable with our clients, so
They text us.
we tell
for
them if
fun
you ever need
sometimes.
anything, yeah, like
Yeah. Gotcha. That's really good. So with that, like,
Teams.
yeah, for sure. So with that, what we can do, I can actually reach out to the support and see if that's an option. If we could just transition that existing number over. But then if that's not, then I guess there's also that option of reaching out to every single customer and saying, "Hey, we just changed our number," and then you guys can just kind of reach out to them from there. That's also an option, and kind of tell them that the number's changed. Um, so yeah, we can kind of run those campaigns through our system as well, and just if there's like a long list of people, then we can kind of send everybody a message, and just kind of update them about that. But let me figure that out. I'll reach out to the support and see if that's an option.
yeah, we'd probably have like 200 people, I
Yeah.
guess, to reach out to. But
Yeah, so that's we could just run that on a campaign and reach out to everybody like that. But it would be nice if we could just include that same number. I will just reach out to the team and
Yeah.
see if that's an
because
option.
that number is on all of our stuff. It's on
Yeah.
our banner outside.
Banner.
Oh, so is that your guys' like main number, right?
It's the business number
it's
that we run through the CRM. So every time someone calls that number, it just shoots them right into the CRM. It shoots it right to his phone. So it's
Okay.
already on like business cards, posters, everything.
Yeah, so with our other companies, like they still have that separate number, which is perfectly fine. But then once again, for reaching out to leads and everything like that, we do just use our own number through our CRM.
Yeah.
And then we're always just mentioning, hey, if you want to give us a call, then we're just kind of, plugging that one number. But I do understand what you guys are saying. So I will figure that out. Hopefully, if that's a possibility, then we can just integrate that into the CRM, and that would be a lot easier. So yeah, I'll reach out to the guys right after this and see if that's an option.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 1,600 is almost double what we're paying now, I think. But I mean, you guys
Do you have
obviously
do you have like a personal number that we can text you on? We'll probably have a decision by the end of the day if you
For
want.
sure.
I think
Yes. I will send that. Yeah, let me just give that to you guys. Or I could just text you and just drop my name so you guys have.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I think you called us once before. It should be in our CRM then.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is actually in our CRM because you called through that number.
Okay, so it's a 778 number.
1 second. 778.
Correct, that's
Okay,
the one.
awesome. Yeah, we can text that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and if there's any sort of questions that you guys have, once again, just so you guys know, we are taking care of everything, and we're gonna provide the best results that we possibly can. And yeah, so if you guys do have anything else that you want to ask, just feel free to send that over, and we'll get that taken care of.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we can we'll talk. We got a car to do, but we can let you know probably by the end of the day. I guess
Okay.
end of our day, so it's different for your
Yeah,
your afternoon. But
Yeah, what time do you guys end again? You just stop at 5 or
6:30 is
6:30?
usually when
Okay.
we close.
for us.
Yeah, because it gives us people to like drop off their cars right after work. So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
One last question: would we still have access to that CRM? Like, if we wanted to
Yes.
go in and okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we'll get you guys set up to that as well. So, I'm sure you already have the app lead connector.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get you set up. It's just going to be a bit different than, what you guys have. I mean, a different account, but everything's going to be the same. So you'll have access to all the leads that come through. If you ever want to reach out to them yourself too, that's totally, yeah, everything's going to be there.
All right, cool. And we do like, and obviously, if we continue to work with you, we'll let you know like all the little details. But we do things like we've done added customized automations for like 7 days after we move them to completed, and it sends them an automated message like, "Hey, 7 days are up. Please come." Or it's been 7 days since you've gotten your car coded. Please feel free to come by for a free inspection wash.
Mhm.
And then it sends them another one after 30 days
Your
just
car is
saying
coded.
your car is fully cured, like the curing process is over, whatever. And
Yeah.
so we have like little things like that that we really did like.
Yeah, yeah.
That
No, we actually we have all of that type of stuff. Obviously that's a bit like what you guys just mentioned there. That's obviously specific, and we can definitely get that done. So I haven't done that before, but we do nurturing campaigns. We've got when someone books an appointment, we've got campaigns to consistently remind them and follow up with them.
Yeah.
right.
So all that type of stuff we have, like no show appointments. If there's a no show, we've got full campaigns for that. So we have all those automations and everything set up. So
Cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it sounds pretty similar. So
Yeah.
we'd be pretty used to it, I guess.
yeah. So that'd be really good. Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great
We'll let
speaking to you
know.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great meeting you too, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll let you know by the end of the day.
Okay, perfect. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, so I do have one question. So say we go with you, how is that gonna look leaving one and going to the next? Like, should
How
we?
quick the turnaround is, or
Well, I don't. Well, I'd hate to go like a certain amount of time without any way for leads
Yeah,
to contact us.
Dude,
And
yeah, so we'll as soon as we have the onboarding call, we get to work right away. So first thing we do, obviously once we gain access, my partner gets into the audience targeting, we get that sorted right away. And then I immediately get into putting all the ads together, everything like that, building the entire backend system. And then, within a week and a half, we've got the ads up and running. So it's not going to be like a long period of time where it's a month's gone by and we don't have anything up, because obviously we want to make sure we're still staying on the market and everybody knows that we're running ads and people are seeing our stuff. So yeah, we get to work right away.
okay, cool.
So
Would we be able to start things with you while still using what we have for now? If like kind of overlap
we
it
use both CRMs at the same time until you
for a
guys
short
have
period until
Yeah.
because like I know things start slow, especially with new ads being run with whatever. So yeah, if it's gonna be slower in the beginning, then if we have the other one still going for now,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah, that's a possibility. It just depends. Like, is it connected? Like, are they connected to your guys' Facebook page and then they're running ads, or they are,
yeah
right? Okay.
we
So
probably have to switch on
through
the ads.
Meta Business Suite or whatever.
Yeah, so we probably wouldn't run ads, but we'd still have the CRM where we can call who we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe something like that.
Yeah. So that's definitely possible. I mean, we'd create a new ad account anyways, just because we don't know what type of targeting they were doing before, because we want a fresh ad account to make sure nothing's tampered with, because Facebook sometimes they start restricting stuff if something off happens.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're doing an entirely new way of targeting and we're finding that winning audience. Because if they were just doing like very basic stuff, then we'd be targeting low quality leads, and we don't want to do that. So we create a new ad account. So yeah, that's totally possible. We can definitely do that for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bit to talk about, but I mean, yeah, we'll be in touch soon.
Okay, perfect. Nice talking to you guys. Enjoy your day. I'll talk to you guys soon.
You too, man.
All right,
Take care.
bye-bye.
Bye.